what's up? It's Haley and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications so you never miss any of my posts. So today, I'm back with more conspiracy theories, except this one's really going to focus on the Amelia Earhart conspiracy theories, because there are many theories about what happened to her. So, keep watching. Okay, the first theory I'm going to talk about is the theory that Amelia Earhart crashed in open water near her destination of Howland Island. And it is theorized that they ran out of fuel on the way to this island and, well, they crashed into the ocean. Amelia Earhart was in contact with the U.S. Coast Guard, and they were keeping logs about where she was. And the last known log and call that they got from her was that she should be near the island, but she just couldn't see the island and was running low on fuel. And since the theory is that they just crashed into the water, they have sent many expeditions out to try and find her. Well, not her specifically, because it's been a while, but to try and find the plane to see if they can at least get some answers. And in the past few years, they have yet to find the plane anywhere on the ocean floor surrounding Howland Island. Theory number 2 that I'm going to talk about is that Earhart and her partner Noonan landed on the island Nikumaroro at 8:43 a.m. Earhart radioed in that they were flying on the line 157-337, which is a northwest and a southeast navigational line. So if they miss Howland, they would either fly northwest to find an island or southeast to find an island. And Nikumaroro is on a southwest line from Howland, so it is theorized that they landed there. When they never made it to the island, the U.S. Coast Guard was receiving messages from unknown sources. They received about 121 of those messages, and about 57 of them could have been from Earhart's plane, the Electra. And around the time of Earhart's disappearance, the tide at the Nikumaroro Island was fairly low, which revealed a reef that was flat and large enough for a plane to land on. And out of those 57 messages that Earhart could have possibly sent, that means the plane was intact when sending the messages. And since Earhart would have landed on a reef during low tide, when the tide went up, the plane would move and eventually get lifted off the reef and break up and sink somewhere around the island. And with that theory, the transmissions stopped coming in on July 13th, 1937, 10 days after the disappearance of Amelia Earhart. Another thing to tie in with the Nikumaroro Island is that it is believed that it's theorized that Noonan and Earhart could have just been castaways, because in around 1938, there was an expedition on there, and they found remnants of a campfire, and they took a photo of the shoreline with an unidentified object, which could have been Amelia Earhart's plane landing gear. And then a few years later, they also found 13 bones buried next to remnants of a different campfire. And around that same time, they also found 2 shoes, one man and one woman's. And using the technology that they had back then, they determined that the woman's shoe was about the right size of Amelia Earhart's, and so they theorized that that was Amelia Earhart's shoe, and that is where she landed. They have not found any actual evidence that the plane has been there or Amelia Earhart had been there, other than theorizing that the shoe was hers. They've sent dogs out there because dogs have better scent than we do, and they could try and sniff it out, but they have yet to find anything. Okay, and then the third and final theory I'm going to talk about is that Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan, when they couldn't find Howland, they continued to the Japanese-controlled Marshall Islands, where they were taken hostage by the Japanese and held on account of being U.S. spies. There are people out there who believe that Earhart and Noonan were killed, but then there's others out there who believe that they both came back to the United States under different names and continued their lives. It is believed that Amelia Earhart came back as Irene Craigmile and then married Guy Bolam and later became Irene Bolam. She died in 1982. In a recent documentary aired on the History Channel, Amelia Earhart, The Lost Evidence, it is believed to have connections with Amelia Earhart Noonan and pre-World War II photographs from the docks of Marshall Islands, where a photograph was taken, which people claim have Earhart and Noonan in the photograph. So theory number 3 is that the Electra, Earhart, and Noonan crash landed on Marshall Island and were either taken hostage and murdered or returned to the United States under different names and lived their lives out fully. Now, these are just theories, and many people who are Amelia Earhart enthusiasts have their own theories as to what actually happened. Most of them believed in the crash and sunk theory, and that the answers rest 17,000 feet under the ocean. One man who flies the exact same plane as Amelia Earhart says that there is no way she could have made it to the Marshall Islands because they are 800 miles away from Howland. And if, as the radio transmissions previously stated, she was running low on gas, there was no way she could make it 800 more miles to a different island. But until this mystery is solved, we'll never know what actually happened to Amelia Earhart. So, there's definitely another theory that she landed on an island and crabs ate her, but I could not find that anywhere, and I don't want to be spreading lies out there, but there was definitely a theory a few years ago that crabs ate Amelia Earhart. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications. Follow me on all my other social medias, which are going to be linked in the description box, and until next time, peace out!